set?
So they made it down the aisle.
She did amazing. Kids are wild. Please stand. Y'all may be seated. Well, welcome, family and friends and loved ones. We gather here today to celebrate the wedding of Renee and David. You've come here to share this formal commitment they make to one another, to offer your love and support to the union, and to allow Renee and David to start their married life, surrounded by people dearest and most important to them. So welcome, one and all, those who have traveled from near and far. Renee and David, thank you for your presence here today. And now ask your blessing, encouragement, and lifelong support for their decision to be married. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of all human relationships. No ceremony can create your marriage, only you can do that. And you do it through love and through patience, through dedication and perseverance, through talking and listening, helping and supporting and believing in each other, through tenderness and laughter, through learning to forgive and learning to appreciate your differences, and by learning to make the important things matter and to let the rest just go. What this ceremony can do is to witness and affirm the choice you make to stand together as life mates and partners. Will you, David, take this woman to be your wedded wife?
I do.
Good. Will you, Renee, take this man to be your wedded husband?
I do.
Good. Let me share with you just a little reading from a man named Robert Fulghum about marriage. You've known each other from the very first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you've been making commitments in a lot of informal ways. All those conversations that were held in a car, over a meal, during long walks, all those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will, all those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all those promises that were unspoken matters of the heart. All these things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we've promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant them every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher, because you've learned from one another over these past few years. Shortly, you shall say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life. And things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband. This is my wife. Two people in love don't live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength with which they may nourish not only each other but also the world around them. In turn, we, their community of friends and family, have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care and love, we can support their marriage and the new family they're creating today. Let me ask you, will you who are present here today surround David and Renee in love, offering them the joys of your friendship and supporting them in their marriage? If so, say with enthusiasm, we will.
We will.
Good. I think it was unanimous.
I think so.
Too.
A couple maybe.
Not a single maybe. We've come now to the part of the ceremony where you're going to be making your vows to one another. But before you do that, I ask you to remember that love, which is rooted in faith, trust, and acceptance, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. No other ties are more tender, no other vows are more sacred than what you're now to assume. Now, if you're able to keep the vows you take today, not because of any religious or civic law, but out of a desire to love and be loved by another, fully, without limitation, then your life will have joy, and the home you establish will be a place where you both find the direction for your growth and your freedom and your responsibility.
Who goes first?
David.
Renee, today I stand before you, a blessed and fulfilled man. Our love is a unique love because we are unique. Together, together we form something that is rarely seen. Together, we make a force that holds the power to stand up against and overcome any hardship, disaster, or struggle. For we have built a commitment of love, the likes of which this world has ever known. No longer do we need to run from the past, because now we are sprinting towards the future and towards the hope, the love, and the promise it brings. You are my lover, my best friend, my guiding light, and my motivation. Simply put, you are my person. You just are. So take my hand, and as your husband, I would begin our journey with love and true devotion.
David, when I first met you, I didn't know how lucky I'd become. How I had just found my best friend, the one who being myself around comes so easily and naturally, and the one whose hugs make a world seem a little less heavy. I can't promise that life will always be kind, but I promise to laugh with you during good times and be your comfort during bad. I promise to not be a burden to this already crazy life, but rather make coming home the easiest part of your day. I promise to love you just the way you are, not only now, but in the many years to come. Most importantly, I promise to show you the unconditional love, support, guidance, and loyalty just the way that you have shown me.
May I have the rings? That's also good news. Yes, and would you hand her your ring? Very good, and I'll take the box. Now, would you put the Renee's ring on the fourth finger of her left hand and repeat after me? I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder
as a daily reminder
of my love for you.
of my love for you.
Thank you. And Renee, take David's ring and put it on the fourth finger of his left hand and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder
as a daily reminder
of my love for you.
of my love for you.
Outstanding. And now, by the power of your commitment and the power of your love, and also the power invested in me by the state of West Virginia, I now pronounce you to be husband and wife. You may kiss one another. And it is with great pleasure that I take this opportunity to introduce for the very first time in human history, Mr. and Mrs. David Bowman. Please stand. Now the couple invites you to partake of the hors d'oeuvres and the refreshments.